So today we will be doing this legal remedies part, okay? Yesterday I was asking you, right, what all things were discussed because it's a big topic otherwise. So what to be discussed, what not to be discussed. That's why I asked whether those grounds were discussed or not. All right, so today we will be doing this part. Legal remedies. Now, tort, as we know, right, we studied the essentials of tort. What is tort basically? It's an act or omission which has resulted in some sort of a legal damage or a loss. When you have suffered legal damage, it's definitely not possible that it can be undone. What is done? That's already been done. If somebody has entered your property without your permission, and maybe you were growing some trees, and that person just decided to pluck fruits from there or decided to cause damage to the tree, it becomes trespass, right? After entering your property, they caused some damage or loss also. In that case, it's not possible that this can be undone. Whatever loss is being caused, that loss is already caused. But then, what can courts do? Court cannot undo the harm, but court can try to provide you sort of a remedy, sort of a relief. And the main aim of providing relief is to bring you back to the same position where you were at the time when the wrong was committed, or might be otherwise where you would have been if this act was not there. Okay, if that wrong against you were not there, in what position you would have been. For that, court would ideally try to provide you some amount of compensation. But then in every single case, compensation might not be enough, like we discussed in the case of nuisance. If your neighbor is playing music, compensation can be given one time. But what if your neighbor starts playing it again? Compensation would not make much sense over there. So we have provisions like injunction that court will ask, you need to pay 80,000 compensation plus. From now onwards, you should not be repeating these kind of a thing. That becomes injunction, right? That means we have different types of remedies available in law, which are broadly classified into two types. One is judicial remedies, another one is extrajudicial remedies. Okay, as the name itself suggests, it is remedies, some kind of a remedy, some sort of a relief is being provided to you. And who is providing that relief? It is judicial relief. That means judiciary or courts are providing you some kind of a relief or a remedy. It will be provided by the court only. Okay, for that is first category, judicial remedies. Second one is again remedies, some relief, some remedies been provided, but it is extrajudicial. When we say extrajudicial, it is outside the court. Outside the court, you can try to help yourself. Okay, it's not necessary that every single case you should be going to the court complaining the matter, but you can try to help yourself also. Like, you can take law in your own hands and still you can justify yourself. Like self-defense. You are taking law in your own hands. You are not waiting that, okay, let this person cause me harm. After that, I will suffer it. After that, I'll go to court. It's not necessary. If you can protect yourself, defend yourself, do it right there. That is taking law in our own hands or extrajudicial remedy. Court itself has told that, yes, you have this right. You can do it. Okay, so these two are the broad categories of remedies, judicial and extrajudicial remedies. Under each of these, right, we have different classifications. For judicial as well as extrajudicial remedies, we have different classifications and we will see that. For judicial remedies, we have first of all damages. Damages we have studied it multiple times. It means monetary compensation which is being paid to the person who has suffered loss. So that person will be paid some amount of compensation to undo the harm, to bring that person to the same position where he would have been if the wrong was not committed. That is the first thing. What is injunction? Pranati, Vishnu, what is injunction?
Court's order, ma'am, like demolish the property like that.
Yeah, court's order to do or not to do something, like yes, demolish the property because it's an illegal construction, or you should not be repeating to play loud music, right? You should not be repeating this act again. That becomes injunction. So injunctions are again very important when there is a possibility that the situation might be repeated. So court will try to ensure that they are putting a clear restriction that you should not be repeating this thing, because the aggrieved party cannot be going to court again and again and filing a case. Third one is specific restitution of property. Now, when we say restitution means restoration. That means giving it back, restoring it to its original position. Okay, so when we say restitution of property, that means restoring a property, giving back a property. But what kind of property is it? It is specific property. Okay, that means whatever property you had taken, same property, you give it back. That is nothing but specific restitution of property. Same property, you need to give it back. And it applies for both movable and immovable properties. All right. Take, for example, there is an idol. Okay, there is like a god or a god that we are praying in our house, and it is there for the last 25 years. Okay, my father got it from my grandfather, and we are praying this god for the last 25 years. That means we are emotionally very much connected with that god. All right, and every single day we make sure that we do the puja properly, we clean it, wash it, everything we do. And in those last 25 years, there was not a single day where we missed to do it. Okay, missed to do the puja or the cleaning part or everything. Now, there is a situation where all the members of the family, we are going somewhere for 3 months. Okay, and definitely it's a big god, so we cannot carry it along. So we decided that we will give it to our relative A, because he is also very much into doing puja and stuff. So we decided that for 3 months, we will give our god or movable property to our relative A so that he can take care of the god, he can do the puja and stuff. And we clearly told that after 3 months, we are going to come back, we will take it back from you. He also said, okay, fine, agreed, I'll do it, I'll take care of it. After 3 months, when we returned, we were asking that, okay, please give it back to us. And he was like, no, you did not give us anything. I don't have any gods. All right, that means he also got emotionally attached to it because he was maintaining it for the last 3 months. Now, before court, if I file a case that I want that specific movable property to be restored back, to be returned to me, okay, in the court, A or my relative can say that, okay, fine, let it be what's there. It's just a, just an idol. What I'll do is I'll pay for it. Or maybe I will buy you another bigger god, okay, like a bigger statue, I would buy it. He has all those options. He can either say, I'll pay you for the price, I will buy you another one which maybe looks similar or even better, or I will ask that, no, I don't need money, I don't need another one, but I need that specific god itself. That is specific restoration of property. Nothing else can compensate the loss that I have suffered. Okay, so that applies in case of movable as well as immovable properties also. For immovable properties also, same thing may happen. Maybe there is only one plot of land which, like, my entire grandfather, father, great grandfather, everyone was residing in that same property. It is like very much close to my heart. All right, now somebody else wrongfully took possession of the property and they are not vacating the property. They are like, okay, fine, give this property to us, we will pay you whatever amount of compensation you want, we will buy you 2 properties, you take it. but we are staying here, don't ask us to move from here. In that case also, I can go before court and I can say that no amount of money, no other properties can replace the loss which I have suffered. So I need specific restoration of property. That same immovable property has to be returned back to me because I'm emotionally connected with it. All right, so there may be cases wherein court will allow this relief. It depends on discretion of court. If court feels that yes, there is valid enough reason, it in fact is very much close to the person, then court can say that yes, you need to restore the specific property only, whether movable or immovable. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is specific restoration of property, and this relief we get in a legislation called a Specific Relief Act. Okay, it talks about a lot of different types of reliefs. This one is also mentioned. So those three are judicial remedies that we saw. That means court is providing us further relief. But then there may be some extrajudicial remedies also wherein we are helping ourselves. Rather than going to the court, rather than complaining, we are trying to help ourselves. First one being expulsion of trespasser. We say, right, this person was expelled from the college, expelled from the university. That means he was removed from the college, he was removed from the university. Same way, if a person is about to commit the wrong of trespass, it's not needed that we will be waiting there watching him. Okay, fine, let this person enter, let him violate my rights, I will suffer the loss, after that I'll go to court. No, it's not needed. When I apprehend that yes, might be this person is trying to enter my house without my permission, I can stop him right there. I don't need to wait for the thing to happen. That is nothing but extrajudicial remedy. Rather than waiting for the situation to take place, if you can, try to prevent it right there. Okay, so if I see that, okay, fine, a person is trying to enter my property and I don't know that person, I can go to him and ask him like, okay, whom are you looking for? And he may say somebody's name and I will be like, no, this is not that person's house, that other one is his house. You can go there. That means I prevented that person, right? Or somebody might be like, oh, okay, fine, you called me to pluck mangoes from your tree. And I can be like, no, I did not call you, might be somebody else called you. That means when I'm seeing that a person is about to commit a wrong, I can prevent him right there. Expulsion of trespasser. Maybe by word of mouth, I can tell him that please go. I can push him also. Maybe he was trying to open the gate and enter. I can close the gate on his face and I can ask him that please leave. There, what we are doing is expulsion of trespasser. Whoever entered our property, we are only removing that person. Okay, so for like these things are anyways very common, right? For every single matter, we need not approach the court. Okay, and take for example, you have bought a ticket to visit a park. In parks and all, right, there will be timing fixed that after 7 o'clock, after 8 o'clock, park will be closed. So if I bought a ticket, that does not mean I can stay there forever, right? After that duration, after 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, I need to get outside, right? I need to get out from there. If I'm like, no, I bought the ticket, I'll stay here only, I'll sleep here only, I'm not going out. In such a case, the authorities of park can also expel me from there, right? They can be like, no, you cannot stay there because we are closing the park. So you need to go out. Tomorrow again, you can visit. That is nothing but they are trying to help themselves rather than waiting that, okay, let this person sleep here only. After that, tomorrow we will go to court and file a case. No, that is not needed in every case. Okay, that is expulsion of trespasser, first one. Second one is re-entry on land. Okay, it is not entry, but it is re-entry. That means it was already your plot of land only, but somebody wrongfully entered there. And now you want re-entry on the land. You want to remove this person and you want to occupy that plot of land. That is also an extrajudicial remedy. It's mostly common in case of rent-related matters. Maybe a person rented his property, but then tenant is not paying rent for the last 3 months, and he is simply staying there. So what owner can do is, owner can try to vacate the property. Owner was giving him notices, but he is not responding. So owner can try to remove all his goods, properties from the property, and he can try to re-enter the property. Maybe he can lock it with his own lock, or he can only enter the property. That is re-entry on property. It was your property. You rented it out, but you were expecting rent from this person. If he is not paying it, you can remove him from the property and you can re-enter that property. Okay, that's also a type of extrajudicial remedy we have. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. These are simple and common day-to-day life examples only, right? Because these are extrajudicial remedies. We do see them around us. Next one is recapture of goods. That means, again, it is recapture. It was already in your possession. You gave it to someone, or someone took it. You want to recapture it from that person. Okay, take for example, you bought a book. Okay, you bought Arke for torts, and you were studying from that book. Someone asked you, okay, like, which book are you referring? And you said, this book, it's a very good book. And that person was like, okay, exams are approaching. I don't want to buy a book. Can I borrow your book for a week? And you were like, okay, fine, you can take it. But after a week, that person is not returning. You were continuously asking him that, please return the book, please return the book, but your friend is not returning it. After 3 weeks, one day your friend was in the college and your friend was reading some book, and from the outside you saw that, oh, this is my book, it's Arke Bangia. Why is she reading it? She was like, no, she has not taken and everything. So what you can do over there is, you can recapture the book from there, right? You can grab it from her and be like, see, my name is written. Why were you saying that you have not taken my book? It's my book, and you can take it with yourself. That means it was your book. You had given it for a few days only. After that, your friend should have ideally returned it. If he or she is not returning it, you can recapture the book. That is also another remedy which we have available. Next one is abatement. That means remove the object which is causing nuisance. There will be so many situations wherein we have suffered disturbance or nuisance because of an object. In such cases, it's not that we will simply be waiting and be like, okay, fine, let me suffer this loss, I'll later on file a case. No, that's not necessary in every case. Okay, mostly you will see in front of gate, people would post this notice, right? Do not park vehicle in front of the gate. Or maybe these small companies, they only will put it to promote their company, right? They would say that, okay, do not park the vehicle. Downside, you would see, okay, bounce, YOLO, something would be written. That means they are putting those things so that they can promote their company as well, and people would not remove it also, because definitely the owner do not want somebody to park the vehicle in front of the gate, right? Have you seen those posters, notices?
Yes, ma'am.
You have seen, right? But still, even though those notices are there, there will be some people who will go and park right in front of the gate in such a way that you cannot take out your car. Forget about car, you cannot even take out your two-wheeler from there, right? That thing happens. Has it ever happened to you? In front of your gate, somebody just parked the vehicle and disappeared?
Yes, ma'am. It happened.
Yeah. So if it's a car, it's a different thing. Like, you cannot like move the car, right? You need to wait for the person. Maybe you can ask around and stuff. But now, if it's a two-wheeler, which can be easily moved, there, will you wait like if you are already running late to go somewhere, and will you wait there that, okay, fine, let this person come, move his vehicle, after that I'll take out my car, let me be late, later on I'll file a case. That's not needed. That it's just a two-wheeler, you can simply move it yourself. So if that two-wheeler was causing you disturbance, slightly move it and then you take your car and go. If you are not in hurry, a person is doing it every single day, maybe you can wait and you can let the person know very clearly that please don't park in front of the gate because I need to take out my car any time of the day. Right? So in cases where it's possible, we will try to move the object or remove the object which is causing nuisance. The same thing will also happen in parking places, mostly in case of two-wheeler parking. Okay, maybe there is like a limited space available for parking and it's already a crowded place. Okay, only this much of space is there where we can ideally park might be 15 vehicles, 15 two-wheelers. But there were few people who have just parked it very like casually. Okay, they just parked the bike this way, that way. There was in between that much of space, which was not necessary to keep that much of space, but you cannot park another two-wheeler also in that space. Okay, that means they just parked it very casually. In that case, instead of 15, there were only 10 vehicles which could be parked. So do you wait there and be like how careless these persons are? No, it's not necessary. You simply move these vehicles a bit, make some space for yourself, park your vehicle and you leave. Right? That is the most common thing which anyways we do. So that also becomes an extrajudicial remedy rather than going to court for every single case. In some cases, we can try to help ourselves. Okay, and the last one is distress damage feasant, which basically means if somebody's cattle or any other beasts have caused loss to your property, might be somebody's cow entered your property, damaged all the crops and everything. In such a case, how do you ensure? Because might be the cow damaged everything, he just went. After that, owner is not accepting. No, my cow is very good. My cow will not do it. I'm not going to compensate you. In such cases, you have an option that if this certain cattle has caused the loss, you can keep it within your property. Okay. The owner of the property is entitled to take possession of the beast. You can say that I'm not returning, I'm not allowing this cow to move from here unless and until you are compensating for the loss which I have suffered. All my entire crops, my everything is gone, so you need to pay compensation for that. Unless and until you are doing it, I'm not going to allow this to go. Okay, I'm not releasing it basically. So that is another extrajudicial remedy which we have available if we have suffered loss like that. Is this part clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.